Alright, what is going on YouTube? And today we got a brand new episode of Quickscoping for Christ. I'm coming at you guys with kind of a mixed bunch of clips because we've been playing a mixed bunch of CODs. I've kind of just been going with whatever CODs I've been feeling as of late, and that kind of changes every couple days. But what stayed consistent is that I'm really enjoying Vanguard, and I got on Modern Warfare 3, and that game was a little more difficult than I remember it, probably just because it's not the game's first year. Most of the noobs and the casual players have moved on to BO6, and most of the die-hard fans stayed on Modern Warfare 3, so they're obviously going to be a lot better at the game because they stayed on it and kind of specialized in it. Something you'll see a lot with CODs once they're past their first year in their life cycle. A lot of the casual players move on to the newest COD, while people kind of stick and kind of pigeonhole with the game they like, and so all older CODs are a little bit harder the following years after they're not the game of the year. Or, you know what I mean? They're not the current COD. And it was the same for World War II. I got World War II because I saw QUICKSCOPE was streaming it, and I haven't hit any bangers on there, but I have been enjoying my return. Everybody knows World War II is one of my favorite CODs. But we probably won't stick on there for long because I want to play a little bit of BO3, and I got BO6 back, and you know how it is nowadays. You can only have like one or two CODs on your PS5 before all of the storage runs out. But yeah, today we got a reading from Proverbs. Like I always say, Proverbs is a book of the Bible in the Old Testament written by David's son, King Solomon, and it's a book full of nuggets of wisdom from him. And Solomon was one of the wisest men of his time, and of all time, really. As far as, I would just assume that. He was asked for a wish to be granted from God, and he chose wisdom. So, that's pretty sick. W. Solomon. And every 5 episodes of Quickscoping for Christ, I basically read Proverbs, but for our 50th episode, and I think we're going to change things up a little, and every 5th episode, we are going to make it, and not every 5, so when we get to like the 10th episode, and like every 10 episodes, that might not be a Proverbs reading anymore. We might make that a verse that goes into a montage. So anyway, starting at chapter 6, Warning Against Folly. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have struck hands and pledged for another, if you have been trapped by what you said, and snared by the words of the mouth, then do this, my son, to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Go and humble yourself. Press your plea with your neighbor. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. Go to the ants, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. And poverty will come on you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man. A scoundrel and villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks with his eye, who signals with his feet and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart. He always stirs up dissension. Therefore disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a man who stirs up dissension among brothers. So right there he had like 4 or 5 little categories of wisdom he was talking about. He started by talking about what to do if you commit to something rashly with one of your friends, or your neighbor as it says, and how to get out of that. Then he's kind of, a sluggard basically means a lazy person. Kind of sounds like racial term for a lazy person. It's kind of funny about it, though, but he's basically bashing laziness, what are you gonna do about it? Then he kind of goes off on people who plot wickedness and scheme up little wicked plans. And then there's a new section called Warning Against Adultery. He warns against adultery a lot, and that's kind of what we did in our last episode of Quickscoping for Christ. So this is getting a little repetitive, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of reminders, especially when it's about something good. Or it's good because it's warning against something bad, I should say. My son, keep your father's commands and do not forsake your mother's teachings. Bind them upon your heart forever. Fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For these commands are a lamp, this teaching is a light, and the corrections of discipline are the way to life, keeping you from the immoral woman, from the smooth tongue of the wayward wife. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes, for the prostitute reduces you to a loaf of bread, and the adulteress preys upon your very life. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned? Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house. But a man who commits adultery lacks judgment. Whoever does so destroys himself. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse the bribe, however great it is. So right there we got a little warning against adultery, which Solomon does do. It's pretty repeatedly, and we didn't talk about that in our last Quick Scoping for Christ episode. Episode 44. Definitely go watch it if you haven't. Hasn't gotten too many views, but it's definitely a banger and one of the Quick Scoping for Christ I'm most proud of, content-wise, not necessarily gameplay-wise, but just what we discussed. It's kind of funny coming from Solomon because he had like 700 wives or something, but maybe he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two, and he knows how bad adultery can be for one. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We got another quick one, and big things coming on the channel, so stay tuned. Love you guys. God bless you. Peace out. I will see you next time.
We have a family tradition, Kyle.